Welcome to Contracting Conversations. My name is Scott Williams, and I'm joined again by my co-host, Jim Valley. Today, we are talking with Chuck Brackenhoff, who is DU's Learning Asset Manager for ACQ 265, which is Mission-Focused Service Acquisition Course. Hey, Chuck, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, welcome, Scott and Jim. Thank you for having me.
No problem. We're happy to have you here. Chuck, let's get started with talking about ACT 265, the Service Acquisition Course. Tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, ACT 265 is a virtual, or it can be an in-person. It's a 5-day class that takes the students through Department of Defense's 7 steps in the service acquisition process. The first 6 steps are what we call the pre-award process or phase, and the 7th step is basically post-award. Just to go through the first 7 steps briefly, step 1, form the team. Do you have the right personnel from the different functional areas on your team? Do you need to create a team charter? These are just some of the few areas we'll explore in this lesson. In step 2, review the current strategy, which I consider to be the most important step out of the 7 steps. We review what has worked and not worked on the current contract. What direction does your key stakeholder or your user or customer want in the future? Does the current contract meet their needs in terms of quality, timeliness, and the service that the contractor is providing? These are all key questions to ask as you start developing your requirements in step 4, and then eventually your acquisition strategy in step 5. And step 3 is our market research. We're going to be sending out the government sources sought, requests for information. We will have one-on-ones with industry. All this, what we're trying to do is better understand industry's capability to meet our new requirements that we're going to put in our PWS. In step 4, we introduce a student to risk management, and then we learn how to create a performance work statement and a quality assurance surveillance plan, or QASP. Basically, how to capture all your requirements of what you want the contract to do, not how to do it. This is the main difference between a statement of work and a performance work statement that we will explore in this lesson. In step 5, we will learn how to develop an acquisition strategy. Are you thinking about low price, technically acceptable, or are you looking at a best value trade-off? And if so, what are you going to be trading off? Technical, past performance, or cost? Are your technical evaluation, or what we call non-cost evaluation factors, equal, or are they going to be listed in descending order of importance? These are just some of the areas we'll discuss in this lesson. In step 6, this is the executing that strategy finally. How do you select a best value offer that meets the government requirements for a price that we can't afford? We also reviewed DoD source selection procedures and how to interpret the different ratings. And also, we're going to discuss a few General Accounting Office GAO protests and how they play out on post-awards. The 7th step is what we call post-contract award phase. So you've already awarded your contract, and we're going to walk you through some metrics that you derived in steps 2 and 4 to assist in the government managing your service contract. After each of the 7 steps, the instructor will send the students off to a breakout room, and they will work on their assigned teams to complete all the group activities.
Thank you, Chuck. Very thorough explanation on the course. Why is services acquisition so important to the DoD acquisition community, and why do we have an ACT 265?
Well, Jim, that's a great question. Most people don't realize that almost half of DoD's annual budget is in some shape or form of contracted services that we acquire. A few examples come to mind: information technology, help desks, logistics, maintenance, and even product support contractors, just to name a few. Also, acquisition of services is one of the 6 pathways in the Department of Defense Adaptive Acquisition Framework, right up there with middle tier acquisition, or MTAs, right up there with a major capability acquisition. You remember those MSA phases, TMRR phase, EMD phase, and production statement phase. We also have urgent capability acquisition, software acquisition, and business systems acquisitions. So we are one of the 6 up there because of the amount of money we spend on acquisitions. Also, students taking the class are either already working in the Department of Defense or in non-DoD service acquisition, or they are new to the career field. But most, if not all, want to gain more information on service acquisitions. We are also at this point now seeing more people taking the course that are completing their service acquisition credentials as an acquisition professional, a non-acquisition professional, or as a functional service manager.
Now, students are always wanting to know one thing, and that is how are they going to be assessed? So in Act 265, how do you plan on assessing the student's ability to, their ability to learn the information?
Well, Jim, we're going to put you and everybody at ease on this one. Several years ago, I got rid of all the test questions. So what we did was, by getting rid of test questions, we reduced anxiety with the students and pushing them to truly understand the 7 steps. So the way the course is developed today is that we're encouraging group activities on the exercises. So for every step, there's a group activity. And we send you off to the breakout room. And as a group, just as you would an acquisition team, you solve the problem. And we give the group a grade. And as long as you meet the attendance roster, being there all 5 days, and participate in the breakout rooms, working on these exercises, everyone's going to pass.
Chuck, I tell you, I'm a big fan of simulations, and it sounds like what you have here are mini simulations in each of these steps, in these 7-step process, where they will create a product. Is that correct?
Yes, that's exactly right. So what we do in the 7 steps is that we use a case study. And the marine food case, service case, is our main case that we use. And we take you through that case and try to solve some of their problems that we present in the case itself. And we teach certain concepts in each of the lessons and have them try to use critical thinking skills of how they will respond to those challenges in the food service case based on information we talk at each of the different steps or lessons.
Before I let you go, Scott, do you have any other questions for Chuck?
No, I'm good. Hey, Chuck, thanks for coming to the podcast today. We really appreciate it.
Well, and again, thank you for having me. I appreciate to have this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Great. It is so good to have you, Chuck, on the show. So thank you, and hopefully we'll have you again for some of these other acquisition courses. So in closing, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe and please smash the like button, okay? And that is either on DAU Media, YouTube, or on Apple Podcasts. We look forward to having future contracting conversations with you.